Good evening. This is Herschel. I appreciate you joining me for another episode of The Truth. God has a plentiful harvest out here in the world, but he needs laborers. In Matthew 9, verses 35 through 38, then Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion for them, because they were weary and scattered, like sheep having no shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, the harvest truly is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, pray the Lord of the harvest to send the laborers into the harvest. Jesus went all about cities, villages, teaching in synagogues, preaching the gospel, healing every type of sickness, disease that was known to be at that time. And he looked around and he saw all the multitudes of people that needed him, needed someone. He was moved with compassion. He said they were like sheep without a shepherd. A sheep depends on its shepherd to lead them to water, lead them to food, to protect them. Jesus said these people, these multitudes of people were like that. They needed him. They needed a shepherd. They were wandering, lost, without anyone to guide them. He said in verse 37, the harvest truly is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Many, many, many are out there in the world that needs the gospel preached to them. He said, pray that the Lord of the harvest might send out laborers, might find someone that's willing to go out and teach these people and bring them to Christ. God needs laborers because the harvest is great. Romans 1 and verse 16, Paul, writing to the church at Rome, said, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God to salvation for everyone who believes, for the Jew first and also the Greek, for the Greek. Are we ashamed? Are we ready to preach the gospel to others? Paul said the gospel of Christ is the power of God to salvation for everyone who believes. The power of God. It's there for the salvation of man's soul, for those who believe. The harvest is plentiful. God needs those who are willing to go out and teach the gospel. Are you ready to be a laborer, to be a worker for the Lord? Are you ready to go out and go wherever it may be that you need to go to preach the gospel to everyone, to the multitudes that are out there? The fields are white for harvest. Thank you for joining me. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. I will be back with another video as soon as I can.